guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing the tanking strategy for Raden on normal difficulty. As always, if this video helps, please do leave a like, and any questions that you ask I'll probably answer below because my channel isn't exactly flooded. You can even subscribe for more guides if that's what you're after. To start the fight, we tank Raden in front of just where he spawns and facing away from the raid. The tank swap mechanic in this fight is Nullifying Strike for the first phase, which is a fairly large hit. Deals a fairly large amount of damage to the tanks, and it also applies a debuff which will decrease the affected tank's health by 20% for 25 seconds. You should taunt on one stack each just to stay safe. That's the only mechanic that we have to deal with that comes directly from the boss. When the boss has spawned his orbs, the DPS will kill a certain orb, and the orb that you kill will determine what kind of ads you get. These ads are called the Crackling Stalkers and the Void Hunters. Neither of the ad poses any big kind of threat on normal, as long as the boss tank pulls it over as soon as it spawns to ensure that the off tank has the taunt ready for the Nullifying Strike, stack it on top of the boss, and have your raid nuke it down. This is pretty much the whole first phase of the fight. The second phase will begin when the boss reaches 40% health and you go into the Unleash Wrath stage. The premise of this is still the same as the boss casts a new debuff. You can handle it exactly the same way as you do the Nullifying Strike on normal, however a certain niche is required to this debuff in the higher difficulties, I would imagine, that you might want to implement and practice before Heroic. This debuff is called Decaying Strike, which deals a fair amount of damage. However, the debuff it leaves works differently. The debuff will take 35% of the health that you have left remaining, meaning the lower your HP you have, the less damage it's going to deal. And the better the healers can kind of top you up, then really, it's dealing less damage, and it means less healing required to actually bring you up. Like if you were on 100%, it'd take 35 of that, whereas if you were on, 50%, it'd take a lot less, and your healers could do a lot more with a lot less, if you know what I mean. So if you know the debuffs coming, try coordinating with your healers a little bit to reduce the amount of damage you take from it. So they just have to leave you a couple of seconds before it hits something like that you take some damage. He also casts a dangerous AoE called Void Eruption, which hits anybody in a 12-yard radius. Just run out and wait for the explosion, you should be golden. As always guys, thanks so much, and I hope this guide was helpful. Good luck with your progress, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy guys. Bye now.